Hello and welcome to West Country Wanderings. Welcome to one of my railway series, also Cornwall series today. I'm here at Bodmin Parkway railway station. Just got off the train from Liskeard with my daughter today, and we're going to be having a look, adventures here at the Diesel Gala here in early November here in Cornwall today. It's a nice bright sun's just trying to come through, a little bit of autumnal colours there as the leaves are falling on the line. So this is the Bodmin Railway line here, which curves away up there towards Bodmin General Station, which is about 3 miles away from here. The line actually continues on to Liskeard Junction. The line started as a heritage line originally in 1986, but the line goes a little bit further back than that because it started because of the Great Western Railway Society, which is based at the Didcot Centre there in Oxfordshire, and they rented the old goods shed at Bodmin General Station where they had a little loco, and that loco has now been transferred over to Didcot. They're offering brake van rides there, but in 1989 they were given a light railway order, and in 1990 they started running trains between Bodmin General to here at Bodmin Parkway, which was originally called Bodmin Road back in 1983 and prior to that. I'll tell you a little bit more about the history line as we go on today, here looking at the Diesel Gala here in Bodmin in Cornwall. So now managed to get a compartment train to myself. Well, actually my daughter's in the other compartment joining us shortly, just getting some shots of class number 47, the Sapper, celebrating 50 years, which is really good. And yeah, just ran around the train here, so now it's at the front of the train to enable it to take us on to Bodmin General Station here on the Bodmin Railway in Cornwall. So couldn't ask for a more beautiful day here in autumn in Cornwall. Lovely with the sun coming out and the autumnal colours here in the Foy Valley, because yes, the mainline railway, that's the train going to Penzance, come down from London, just disappearing there on the opposite platform. And yeah, it's great that when heritage lines link up with national networks like this one does here at Bodmin Parkway, so it's really good to have that as well. And yeah, the line also continued in terms of freight on for a little bit longer. So after the China Clay Works closed in 1980, or rather the freight closed in 1983, there was a little bit more of freight, and that was to the Fitzgerald Lighting Company. There was a factory just outside on the edge of the town there, and the freight was actually delivered by the Bodmin Railway Company, and then it was transferred on to British Railways. That carried on for a couple of years, and it restarted again in the early 2000s, and I think it stopped because rail freight was then disbanded, and it couldn't sadly continue from the Walker Lines Industrial Park there. But we'll make our way to Bodmin General, and then we'll have a look around there before later on today we'll continue on to Boscarn Junction and have a look at the facilities there as well. So I hope you can join me for the train journey here today.
I think it's going to be retired.
Tell you a little bit about the Sapper. It actually celebrated its, I think I said 50 years, 60 years last year, because it was built in 1963 by Vulcan Works, and it spent a lot of its life, when it came down to this part of the world, looking on the China clay trains, or working the China clay trains, and it was transferred directly from St Blaise Depot, when it was no longer needed on the shed there, directly to the Bodmin Railway here in Cornwall. It's now coming back in to come on to the end of the train there to take it on to Boscarn Junction, which is where we're going to be heading to later today. But first, we're going to nip into town, Bodmin, from here, Bodmin General. Well, I've come into Bodmin, into the town centre, after getting off the train at Bodmin General. We've walked in here, and shortly after turning left outside of the station Bodmin General, there is a footpath on the right hand side, and it takes you into this beautiful park here with this lovely lake. It's actually in the grounds of the Priory, and I'll explain about that in a moment. So you have this beautiful lake over here, and this was originally a site, or just behind me over there where that house is, I'll insert a clip of that now, was originally the site of the original St Petrock's Priory, which was, well, it's been long gone now after the dissolution of the monasteries finally collapsed. On the opposite side of the road though, you have St Petrock's Church, which is the largest parish church in Cornwall. It's also 15th century, next to a very busy road. That wasn't the only thing that was happening here in Bodmin today. Now, when I arrived here with my daughter, we had lunch in the town here. There's a food fair going on as well. Now, Bodmin, as well as having a food fair here today, early part of November, it was formerly the county town of Cornwall. So like the other day, I was in Wilton in Wiltshire, which was formerly the county town of Wiltshire, then moved to Trowbridge, the town here, then moved after it was Launceston. It was Launceston first, then it was here at Bodmin, and then of course it moved on to be the city of Truro, which is now of course the county town and indeed capital of Cornwall. But it has a large shire hall which dates from those days when the courts were based here in Bodmin too, which is why it was an important administrative centre for the duchy. Now we're going to return back to Bodmin General Station, where we're going to board a train. Not sure whether it's going to be the Class 47 again or one of their other couple of main locomotives as well. They have about 3 or 4 other diesel shunters as well in use, and they also have a bubble car. But anyway, we're going to make our way back to Bodmin General. I'll do some more clips on that. We'll make our way over towards Boscarn Junction, where the line originally diverged and went on to Bodmin North and Wadebridge. And then of course it went on to Padstow as well. Of course that is now the Camel Trail, and it will be following the Camel Trail, running parallel to it, if the line ever does indeed reopen again, to the lovely Cornish town of Wadebridge. Well, I hope you enjoyed our ventures here on the Heritage Railway Line in Cornwall. What a wonderful day going up to the junction of Boscarn, having a look at the station at Bodmin General. And I'm going to head back now to Bodmin Parkway to catch the the mainline train back to Liskeard again. Hope to make another video here while I'm in Cornwall, while I'm here for this weekend, so look out for that one. And that should be arriving on the channel over the next few days as well. It's been a wonderful trip here. Hope you enjoyed it. See you soon. The line originally opened from here, what was then called Bodmin Road, in 1887, and it was extended northwards to Boscarn Junction 1888, where it met up with the Bodmin and Weybridge Railway, which was a separate entity. In fact, that railway company had its own railway station at Bodmin North. The advantage to the GWR was that it could also then connect into the mineral line which went to Wenford, and it was to Wenford that this railway continued on after the line closed to passengers in 1967 because of the clay freight trains that were running from Wenford Bridge, and that closed in 1983. So it's 3 years later that they enabled them to start running little goods van rides at Bodmin General. There is talk that there could be a reopening partially of the line following the Camel Trail to the town of Weybridge. We need to wait and see if that comes to fruition. They were originally going to reopen the freight line as well, but because of the closure of the clay pits around Wenford in 2001, that kind of put the dampness on that.